Alright, welcome back.
Welcome back. We were talking about how a shitstorm.
We were talking about the Vshojo crapshoot. That is the money situation.
And then we were talking about how the weird payouts were.
Yes.
Which, $1.25? That's not too shocking of how that
No, I mean, that's not unreasonable, honestly.
So, and I was comparing it to Kickstarters and how weird they can be, right? Mm-hmm. So I don't know how much you know about Kickstarter and how much you like looking at Kickstarter stuff. Probably
enough.
not much.
I mean, enough. I've seen the shady ones a lot.
Oh, shady ones are really bad, and I hate it. I got burned on one before, which I was just like, God damn it.
Yep.
But I've tried to not buy as much stuff unless it's from a company I know can produce.
Yeah.
So one that came out recently is called Trench Crusade. It's kind of like a Warhammer type game. Mm-hmm. Is what they spun it as.
Sure.
So what it is I guess a bunch of these like artists made a bunch of cool art.
Yeah.
And they made a tabletop game for it.
Yeah.
Well, these artists had no idea of how to tie a world together, how to make a system, and how to produce merchandise.
Sounds about right.
So all of these products that they're getting shipped out have huge defects.
Cool.
When they say, "Oh, I've had a defect in this. Can we have a replacement?"
Yeah.
It's on its way.
Yeah.
3 months will pass.
Yeah. That's about right for manufacturing, though.
Well, and then the same issues.
Definitely don't have a backlog. Yeah.
Yeah, and then the same issues with the next comment thing. So yeah, and pretty much people are saying like they stole all the money and all that. So I'm like, yeah, I'm not shocked by that.
I mean, they didn't steal all the money; they shipped you a product.
Yeah, it's
just not what you wanted. But that's your fault for backing a Kickstarter.
Yeah,
I don't know why people still back Kickstarters.
Yeah, I back a few. If there's only a couple Kickstarters I back that I know the product from these companies have been good.
I am a reasonable person. I refuse to back a Kickstarter. I will buy the product when it is an actual buyable product because that means that it is actually a buyable product.
Yeah, completely understandable.
I get all the product with zero the risk.
Yeah, I don't unless it's something that I'm like, yeah, I want this now or when it actually ships instead of when it 3 years from now. I want it in a year. Because I know this company is good. That's the only time I'm kickstarting anything anymore.
Fair.
And there's like 3 companies I can think of that I'll do it for. Every other thing I'm like, I'm not fucking trusting anything on Kickstarter anymore.
There was only one that I was like interested in. I was like, oh, it's a foldable electric bike, and it folds to like this big. That's really dope.
I remember seeing that.
I looked into it, and by the time I had looked into it, they were like, yeah, the campaign's closed. We didn't make any of our goals. It was too hard. We're canceling the Kickstarter. It didn't finish. They canceled the Kickstarter before it got going, so it canceled it orally. And I was like, all right.
And they refund everybody stuff.
Yeah, and then the what's it called? What is it called? Like later, a bunch of other companies made pretty much that exact product, but like better and from China.
Yeah.
And I was like, yes, thank you, China. You will always come through with making the things that I want, but don't actually get created.
Yeah. But yeah, so I don't know.
Okay. Back to Iron Mouse. Back to the thing. So, Koro did a great breakdown. Also, Koro had the greatest tweet of all time, where he just tweeted out, I just realized that I am now the first and last male VTuber Vshojo ever hired. And I'm just like, yeah. And you know what's the funny thing? Is when I saw that, I realized, I was like, yeah, that's weird. I always thought it was weird that they hired one dude, and like, that was it. And then I realized what fucking happened. They were originally trying to do a sexy man fucking branch for, the women audience to pull them in. And that's why they got Kuro, because he was one of the more poppy sexy men options for Niji Sanji when he left. They were trying to get Nanner's boyfriend to join, and Sea-Dog VA, because Sea-Dog VA moonlights as Booby, which is Iron Mouse's little demon lord guy that she's supposed to like work under.
Oh, that's funny.
Yeah, is Booby. So they were trying to get all of them in as like the sexy man branch, and it didn't end up working out because Nanners left, and her boyfriend also fucking hates one of the co-owners. Like, fucking despises him.
Understandable.
With a burning passion.
Look at what the fuck happened.
Yeah. So, all of that ended up following through, but by that point they had already signed Koro. So, like, they had to put him on.
Yeah.
Which created all of my favorite Koro memes, which is just, like, him being stuck as, like, the only guy in, like, a sorority house of all women. And, like...
I absolutely love that image.
It's, like, really great.
I absolutely love that image. Because let's be honest, that's, like, most VTubing.
Yes.
It's just, like, there's very small male VTubers, and then, like, a bunch of fucking women.
Yeah. So, it was really funny. I was having a really good time with a lot of these, but Koro just, like, under the post of them being like, it was either the post where the Iron Mouse said they stole money or the post where Vshojo said they were shutting down. I can't remember, but Koro just kept posting cat images of cats being like, or like,
yeah, no, I've seen the image. I think,
and like. Every single one of them would have, like, an amazing quote. Because Koro is the only... Like, everyone was so sad and so disappointed. But this is Koro's second rodeo. And Koro's, like... Because he was, like... He quit the Niji because it was a shit show, much like Michi.
Same shit, different time.
Yeah. So, like, Michi was taking it hard. The reason I think about this is because Michi and Koro are, like, best friends. They get along super well. They, Everyone thinks they're a couple, and I'm like, they're definitely not a couple, but that's for another reason, another time. So they're like real close, and it's just the immediate. So the juxtaposition of Michi being like dying, crying during her stream, and Koro being like, yeah, so this is what happened, and here's how we were getting fucked, and like. We were getting screwed, and he's like, see, I've had more time to think about it. He's like, I was really upset at first, but, like, I also hadn't been streaming for a couple weeks, and I didn't want to jump on immediately after hearing the news either. So, it's been a couple days of me sitting there and thinking about it. So here's what happened, and here's how they fucked me. He also has no fear of contracts, especially now that the corporation's officially shut down, because they're essentially null and void at that point, but, like, you probably don't want to do anything too crazy if you're going to sue. Yeah. I don't think he's planning to sue. I think he's planning to just be like, whatever, just take the loss. Because I don't think he lost that much money.
And starting the process in it again.
Yeah, and I don't think he lost that much money, so he's probably like, whatever. So he's just like, here's how it went down, here's all the shit that was bullshit, this is what was going on, here's why I didn't realize it, here's how payment structure works. So he, like, broke down the whole thing, and now I have a great understanding of what the hell was going on and why it was happening. So thank you, Koro. Much love. Go check out Koro's channel, he's great. Or Twitch account. I think he Twitch streams. Go check out him on Twitch, he's good. I like his stuff. He's a nice guy. He's the only female. He's the only male in an all-female org that doesn't exist now. So he's just putting out all these tweets, and they're great. And he's like, I can't believe this has happened to me twice. And he's like, he's got all these fucking photos. And one of them was just like, you know what? I'm just gonna ignore it. I don't even know what this is. Be who? I've never heard of it. I'm just gonna ignore it. I've been indie this whole time. What do you mean, Corporal Borpo? Never heard of it.
Man definitely has a good sense of humor about it.
He's like, as far as I'm concerned, I've been indie these past 3 years. I don't know what you're talking about.
Man has a good sense of humor about it.
No, he's a funny dude. I like him.
Oh, that's funny.
He's also very British. Makes it extra funny. So that happened. That gave me a good breakdown of everything. And then, got my girl Henya. And I'm so mad that they got Henya. I'm waiting for Heavenly to make a response. Heavenly is another male VTuber, but he's independent. He doesn't work for any corporation. But his favorite Oshi of all time is Henya. And I understand. Because Henya is one of the goats of VTubing. She wasn't one of the first. She wasn't one of the most popular. She's just the fucking best at it. People were like, but Iron Mouse is so popular. No. Henya is just pure content. She is a NEET who lives in Japan and never leaves her house and has her mother cook her food.
Right. I think I know what you're talking about.
She's born to exist only in the sphere of VTubing. But Heavenly is obsessed with Henya. Henya is his favorite VTuber, ever. Henya is the reason that he started VTubing. He cares a lot about Henya. Much like my favorite VTuber personally, Mint, although Henya is very up there, who is also favorite VTuber is Henya, and started VTubing because of Henya. So I'm like, he's been real quiet, and I'm like, man, where the fuck is Heavenly? Heavenly must have gone AWOL. Heavenly must have gone rogue into the woods to go hunt down and murder the fucking the CEOs of Vshojo. Like, the dude must, like, there's a bunch of people in the comments that are making jokes that are like, Heavenly's gone Jason Bourne on us. We've lost track of him. He's been gone for 3 weeks.
It might be. It might be the case.
And, like, everyone's, like, making jokes that Heavenly's going to murder the CEOs and he's gone rogue, and that's why we haven't heard anything from him in 3 weeks.
That might be the case.
It might, dude. The scary part is, it might be.
Well, here's the scary part, right?
Yeah.
Even if it's not actually, like, him doing it.
Yeah.
How many people were in that company? VTubers, at least.
Oh, God, there's so many. By the time it closed, there was a lot.
So let's just say 20.
Like,
let's lowball and say probably 20.
We'll say 20-ish.
Right?
I think, no, you know what? We'll say 16.
16.
We'll lowball and say it was 16.
16.
They're not a huge
How many
corpo.
people do you think watched all of those people, though?
Well, Iron Mouse is the most watched streamer
Of all time.
of all time. Well,
Of
it
YouTubers.
switches between her and Kai Cenat, to be fair. But
I was reading about her on Wikipedia the other day. I know she is big. So she's one of the biggest streamers.
Yeah, period. Like, way up there.
So, if she's one of the biggest streamers with a very dedicated fan base,
Yep.
some people are a bit unhinged, Chris.
I know people are unhinged. I would like to state ahead of time, before this come back to bite us in the ass, that we do not condone the actions of any schizophrenics out there.
Yeah, I agree with that.
Do not attack people. Don't even harass people online. Just let it be. The lawyers will solve this. Don't worry. The lawyers are definitely going to solve this.
Of course. I'm just thinking about that one case of
But you're not wrong. People are fucking crazy, and crazies are going to do crazy shit.
I just remember that one case in the United States where the CEO of one of those big insurance companies got shot.
Yeah.
The vice president, I think it was.
Yeah. That was, to be fair, that was a rare occasion. People get screwed by corporations all the time. That was the only guy who decided, I'm gonna do something.
Yeah. Yeah, which is funny because if he had his own company insuring him, they wouldn't have covered him.
Yeah.
Which is the
Which
funniest
is funny,
part.
yeah.
But yeah, it's a mess.
My favorite part about that entire thing is that they had to stop posting his image on news because they posted his image on news to try and find the guy, and then everyone on the internet was like, wow, he's really hot. And I was just like, and then the SpongeBob meme of, oh no, he's hot, kept popping up.
Well, my favorite thing was his name was Luigi.
Yeah.
So they were like, Luigi has assassinated somebody,
Dude.
and somebody memed like Luigi from Mario assassinating him.
Dude, my favorite part of it is the fact that they put his name and had him plastered everywhere, and they're like, it took them so long to find him, and I'm like, of course it took of course it's taking him a long time to find him. No one wants to report this because everyone fucking hates the fucking insurance agencies in the US.
Yeah, no.
If I saw him personally, if I saw him on the street, I'd be like, never saw him before in my life.
You probably fucking help him.
No, I'd be like, I'd just be like, oh man, that's the guy. Anyways, I didn't see shit. That way, no, because then you're legally, you're legally tied to it. You just go, I've never seen that man
Never
before
seen
in my
that
life.
man in my life.
Never seen him.
Yeah.
I don't even know who that is. He's on the run? He's all over the news? I don't watch the news.
Yeah.
Fucking hate the news. Never seen it.
Yeah.
It's like,
That was insane, though. But yeah, I'm not saying that something like that might happen.
Yeah.
With the CEOs.
No,
of that.
I honestly, I don't think it will. But
there's definitely going to be some.
because they're well off CEOs, Derek. They're well off. They live in nice gated communities, probably. I assume so because he was originally the co-founder of Twitch. So,
oh yeah, 100%.
I'm sure he has plenty of money.
100%.
I don't think he has enough money to pay them back, which is why I think he's going to declare bankruptcy. But
absurd,
but you know, dude's got money.
But and the best part is that money is probably not in his name, so he doesn't get sued.
Yeah, well, he probably, but I realized what happened because they took out like $1 million loan No, $11 million loan to get this
shit.
off the ground and going with the idea of paying back these loans on their high interest. And I'm like, you people are fucking nuts.
Yeah.
I was like, you people are fucking nuts, dude. This is never going to work. VTubing does not make the money you think it makes. Especially when the only thing you're getting a cut of is merch and sponsorships. Like, you are not... Like, it works for Hololive, but that's because Hololive is taking, like, half of their pay on everything. They're getting a lot more. It works for Niji Sanji because they only get 2%.
That's absurd.
I know.
That's fucking absurd.
They get 50% on every... Based off of what I know about the contract, they get 50% on everything, and then 2% on all merch sales. Which is crazy. That's so
crazy.
bad. Yeah, that's so bad.
That's crazy.
I kept telling Caleb, I was like, dude, we gotta start a VTuber business. I'm not... We probably shouldn't now, but like I was at the time, I was like, dude, we should start a VTuber business because all I have to do is go. You get to keep your IP, and we only get 50% of your revenue, and we would look like the good guys because we let them keep their IP. That's way more than all these other organizations are doing.
Dude, why didn't we figure this out? Like,
because you need a lot of money up front to fund it.
Yeah.
We would need to have, at bare minimum, at least 10,000 per girl we wanted to do, and then another, like, 30,000 for advertising the group on YouTube. You know what I mean? So, at bare minimum, assuming we debuted with, like, 3 girls, which was relatively average, we would have needed around, like, $80,000 as, like, an upfront cost. And we definitely wouldn't make that money back, probably until, like, year 10, if we made it that far.
yeah.
I still wanted
being
to
a
do
big
it.
name.
Yeah, well, you'd have to sign a big name, and then that has its own problems because, like, they're probably gonna want a better deal, and fucking then that becomes its whole mess. Because that's what happened to a bunch of VTubers. Because apparently Vshojo was trying to sign it. Here's the part 2 of my story. Vshojo was trying to sign a fuck ton of indie VTubers that I didn't know about, and most people didn't know about. But now that they're dissolvent, a lot of them are revealing what happened and what was in the contract. So now I know what they wanted and who they were trying to get. Okay. And they were trying to get some big name VTubers, and they were like, I'm not signing this because this contract is shit. So that's what happened. They were also doing typical Corporal Borpal shit, where they'd be like, oh, well, this is the industry standard, so we don't negotiate on this because it's the industry standard, and it's like, fuck you. And they'd be like, oh, I don't like this, and they'd be like, well, Iron Mouse signed it, you think you're better than Iron Mouse, essentially, is what they're implying.
Trying to bully her into
so,
signing it.
I've told people this before, because I've had to deal with several contracts while I was doing fucking, freelance work, and they'd be like, I remember one guy was like, he's like, oh, well, this is the contract, blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, yeah, but this is not good. I'm not signing this. And they were like, well, the other people working on it signed it. And my exact response to them was, that's good for them. I'm not them. That was my exact response. And he was like, well, and I'm like,
yeah, find somebody else.
Find someone else then. And they found, I don't know if they found someone else, but I did not take that fucking job, that's for sure. No. It's like, this contract is shit.
This is why
I'm not signing
this is what people don't understand this, is read the contract or sign it.
Oh, God.
Like, I literally, and I was telling Chris off camera, I just signed a new job.
Yep.
Knock on wood.
Yeah, knock on wood. Nope.
You know, and I read the contract, what they sent me. You know?
Yep.
There wasn't much there, but I read it.
Yeah.
From the beginning to the end.
Yep.
Because I'm putting my name on that.
Yeah. It's important that you know what's in there. I have I've already told you my favorite trick, by the way?
What's that?
I hadn't ever used it much. Keep in mind, I don't freelance a ton, but I freelance enough.
You freelance
I freelance enough in my spare time over the past, like, 5 to 7-ish years. Yeah. Right. So... And, you know, sometimes there's no contract, and sometimes there is a contract, but my favorite thing to do now for contracts is, because they'll try and put the non-disclosure stuff or the non-compete stuff in the same contract, all in one contract. So what I'll do sometimes, just to fuck with people, because sometimes it works really well, and sometimes they're smart and they don't do stupid shit. But, so what they'll do, and this is what I would have done if I was trying to sign with Vshojo, because I like doing this for big qualifiers. So what you do is they put it all in one contract and they try and get you to sign it. And you're like, well, I like this contract. I think this is fair and good contract. I would like you to remove the non-disclosure agreement and have it as a separate contract. I want one contract for the business-related stuff and one contract for...
I think I know where you're going with this.
Yes, for the non-disclosure agreement, obviously. And then some people are like, no, we're not doing that, and you just kind of have to eat that. But sometimes people are like, all right, yeah, that's fine. We can do that because it's not hard, right? All you have to do is move one doc into a separate doc and then print it. So sometimes I can get them to do that, and they're like, oh, great. And then they'll, like, send it to sign. And then what you do
is you don't sign.
Is you sign the contract for the job, but you don't sign the non-disclosure. And then you just keep telling them, oh, well, I'm having problems, but I'll get to it. Don't worry, it's coming. I'm just having issues right now. But they can't wait for you to sign it before they start working, because it needs to be done by a certain date. And they need you working on it now. So they'll just go, fuck it, and they'll let you work on it, and then you just never send them the signed non-disclosure. And then you can just say whatever the fuck you want about the project, and they can't do anything legally, because you never signed it.
Yep. No, I was like, as soon as you were starting that, I was just like, I know where he's going with this.
It would be harder in a VTuber org, right? Because you're there long term. But for short term projects, man, sometimes you can really fuck people on it.
So what's funny is, in Massachusetts,
yeah,
and in a couple other states as well. I say Massachusetts because that is where we reside.
Yeah.
Non-competes are technically illegal.
Non-competes are illegal in the entirety of the United States now.
Yep.
Yeah, they passed that a couple years ago.
It's a bit more broad than that. Certain ones are still technically legal.
Yep.
But for a majority of people, non-competes are illegal.
Yep.
So that means if you sign a non-compete, it's null and void. You do not have to worry about it.
Yep.
Do double check that with your own laws and such.
It's funny you say that, because back, again, when I was doing this, I had a friend who was like, if they have a non-complete, I refuse to sign it. And I'm like, dude, if they have a non-compete, I don't even look at it, I just sign it. And he's like, that seems so risky. I'm like, yeah, they can't uphold them in my states. Yeah. So I don't need to listen to them.
Well,
they literally can't sue me.
I was talking to... So my father-in-law, he just retired.
Yeah.
When he retired, he signed a non-compete.
Yeah.
But non-competes don't matter in Massachusetts.
Yeah, they don't hold up. They literally are illegal. Well, it's not that they're illegal, it's just that they're null and void. They're immediately thrown out if they try and take you to a court case over it.
Yeah. So, and he's got 7 licenses to do different things. Yep. He can be a pipe fitter, he can be a welder, he can do X, Y, Z.
Yep.
An electrician, a bunch of other things. So he's he's up there in age, but he's a very valuable source of licenses and different things for companies.
Yep. Very true.
He could go work wherever the fuck he wants.
Absolutely. But that was the whole thing. I had one guy I was working for, they were like, oh, you have to sign a 1-year non-compete for any, like, app or something, and I was just like, all right. I was like, okay, and I just signed it because I'm like, you can't uphold this. You literally can't uphold this. And the funny part is the state he lived in was California, which also had non-compete laws that don't follow through. So he couldn't sue me in either state.
That's funny.
if he wanted to. I'm like, why? I was sitting there like, why even put this in the contract? And I'm like, I know why you put this in the contract. It's to scare people into thinking they can't do stuff.
Yeah.
Well, you can. Oh, you absolutely can.
Non-competes are a joke.
Yeah. Non-competes are a joke, especially in the entirety of the U.S., because now they're no longer... they're they're technically void in all states now, because they're void on a fucking federal level now.
Yep.
So
there are certain things, that I'm going to be like, I'm going to be careful with non-competes, such as, I don't know, if you signed a non-compete with the U.S. government.
Yeah, maybe don't try and pull one over on the U.S. government, because they're,
the government.
They can change the rules all they want.
Yeah.
But yeah, you're right about that. Like, a non-disclosure agreement is something you gotta be careful about. A non-compete... You may as well throw that shit in the fire. I could care less.
Yeah. I found this out recently. So, there's like people in the military, and they go like, "I'm a military man. I've lived my life in the military for a long time." And they can't get used to civilian life, but the military won't take them back.
Sure.
So I guess something a lot of these guys will do is they'll go join the French Foreign Legion.
I was going to say they just go join a militia, because there's like a ton of them.
Yeah, no, they join the French Foreign Legion, right? Oh, and we're about time.
Yeah.
But, like 30 seconds.
Continue your thought.
So they join the French Foreign Legion, and the military doesn't say no, but it also doesn't say yes, because they're like, it's good, but we can't say anything.
Yeah, sounds about right. It's like, that sounds about right. Alright, with here though, I think we'll call it here and we'll pick this up in the next part. See you guys then. Peace.